Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video, we are talking about top 10 places to see in Rome. Before we continue our video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more interesting videos. In a city so filled with icons of antiquity and the Christian faith, it's hard to know where to go first. Of course, your own interests will govern your choices, but there are certain sites that are almost obligatory landmarks of Italy and top attractions in the world, such as the Colosseum and the Pantheon. Rome is so big that it can overwhelm, so even the most devoted sightseer should take some time to kick back and enjoy la dulce vita in a park or a sidewalk cafe. You'll be able to choose the best places to visit with this handy video of the top attractions in Rome. So let's start the video. Number 1. The Colosseum and the Arch of Constantine. As the Eiffel Tower is to Paris, the silhouette of the Flavian Amphitheater is to Rome. The largest structure left to us by Roman antiquity, the Colosseum still provides the model for sports arenas. Present-day football stadium design is clearly based on this oval Roman plan. The building was begun by Vespasian in AD 72, and after his son Titus enlarged it by adding the fourth story, it was inaugurated in the year AD 80 with a series of splendid games. The Colosseum was large enough for theatrical performances, festivals, circuses, or games, which the imperial court and high officials watched from the lowest level. Aristocratic Roman families on the second, the populace on the third and fourth. Number 2. Vatican City. The Vatican is the smallest independent state in the world, with an area of less than half a square kilometer, most of it enclosed by the Vatican walls. Inside are the Vatican Palace and Gardens, St. Peter's Basilica, and St. Peter's Square, an area ruled by the Pope, supreme head of the Roman Catholic Church. This compact space offers a lot of things to see between its museums and the Great Basilica itself. Inside St. Peter's Basilica is Michelangelo's masterpiece, Pieta, along with statuary and altars by Bernini and others. The unquestioned highlight of the Vatican museums is the Sistine Chapel, whose magnificent frescoed ceiling is Michelangelo's most famous work. Number 3. The Pantheon. The Pantheon, the best preserved monument of Roman antiquity, is remarkably intact for its 2,000 years. This is despite the fact that Pope Gregory II removed the gilded bronze roof tiles, and Pope Urban VII ordered its bronze roof stripped and melted down to cast the canopy over the altar in St. Peter's and Canons for Castel Sant'Angelo. The Pantheon was rebuilt after damage by fire in AD 80, and the resulting brickwork shows the extraordinarily high technical mastery of Roman builders. Its 43-meter dome, the supreme achievement of Roman interior architecture, hangs suspended without visible supports. These are well hidden inside the walls, and its 9-meter central opening is the building's only light source. Number 4. Roman Forum. Walking through the Forum, now in the middle of a thriving modern city, is like stepping back 2 millennia into the heart of ancient Rome. Although what survives of this center of Roman life and government shows only a small fraction of its original splendor, the standing and fallen columns, its triumphal arches, and remains of its walls still impress, especially when you consider that for centuries, the history of the Forum was the history of the Roman Empire and of the Western world. Number 5. Trevi Fountain. One of the city's most popular tourist attractions, this 17th century masterpiece has been immortalized in films until it is almost a required visit. Throwing a coin, not 3, into the Trevi Fountain, Fontana di Trevi, is a tradition that is supposed to assure your return to Rome. Rome's largest fountain, Fontana di Trevi, is supplied by an aqueduct originally constructed by Agrippa, the great art patron of the 1st century BC, to bring water to his baths. The fountain was created for Pope Clement XII between 1732 and 1751 by Niccolo Salvi, and built against the rear wall of the palace of the Dukes of Poli. Number 6. Vittorio Emanuele's Second Monument. It's ironic that this grandiose monument, considered one of the national symbols of Italy, is rarely admired by Romans, who liken it to a wedding cake or a giant typewriter. Like it or not, the vast neoclassical structure crowns Capitoline Hill, symbolic center of ancient Rome, overlooking the later city across Piazza Venezia. Built between 1885 and 1935, it is a monument to King Vittorio Emanuele II, the first king of the unified Italy, represented here in an equestrian statue. Italy's The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is here, along with a museum of the Italian unification. A lift will take you to the topmost terrace for 360-degree views of Rome. Number 7. Centro Storico and the Spanish Steps. Take a look at a Rome tourist map, and you'll see one area so filled with things to do that it's hard to read the street names. This is the Centro Storico, the historic center of Rome, with so many art-filled churches, resplendent palaces, and lively squares that you could spend your whole vacation strolling its ancient streets and lanes. Spend some time just to absorb the neighborhood's atmosphere instead of going from one of its must-see sights to the next. Along with Piazza Navona, the Trevi Fountain, and the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore, stop in less well-known churches, such as Santa Maria del Popolo, where you'll find works by Bernini and Caravaggio. Number 8. Santa Maria Maggiore. One of Rome's most majestic churches, Santa Maria Maggiore has stood here since the 4th century. Pope Liberius had a vision of the Virgin directing him to build a church where snow fell the following day. Although it was August, snow did fall on the Esquiline Hill the next morning, so here the great basilica was built. Mass has been celebrated here every day since the 5th century. The 3 aisles of its 86-meter-long interior are separated by 40 columns of marble and 4 of granite, and the apse added in the 13th century is lined with mosaics of Old and New Testament themes, masterpieces of Rome's famous mosaic artists. Number 9. Piazza Navona. One of Rome's most characteristic Baroque squares, Piazza Navona still has the outline of the Roman Stadium, built here by Emperor Domitian. It was still used for festivals and horse races during the Middle Ages, and was rebuilt in the Baroque style by Borromini, who also designed the magnificent series of palaces and the Church of Sant'Agnes on its west side. Its facade, campanile, and dome highlight the way Baroque architecture weaves convex and concave surfaces, gables, windows, columns, and piers into a unified design. In the crypt of Sant'Agnes are Alessandro Algardi's 1653, The Miracle of Street Signs, and the remains of a Roman mosaic floor. Sant'Agnes provided a model for Baroque and Rococo churches in Italy and elsewhere. Number 10. Piazza del Popolo and Santa Maria del Popolo. Symmetrically situated at the apex of a triangle of streets that include Via Corso, Rome's main shopping street, Piazza del Popolo was designed in the early 19th century as the northern entrance to the city center. At its center, the Egyptian obelisk, called Flaminio, rises above a fountain where 4 white marble lions spout fans of water into 4 round travertine pools. Facing one side like mirror images at either side of Via Corso are the twin churches of Santa Maria dei Miracoli and Santa Maria in Montesanto, and at the opposite side of the Grand Piazza is the Augustinian Basilica of Santa Maria del Popolo. That's all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed our video. For more videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more interesting videos. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.